My name is Dennis Maulden. I'm the resident scene designer at Flat Rock Playhouse. Having done it before, I knew how complex it could be, and we really wanted to establish a kind of contemporary aesthetic. So it still felt like the classic musical that it was, but it had a way of moving more easily, that perhaps the way it looked had something that felt a little more current, a little more maybe hard-edged, or having a style to it that wasn't just absolutely traditional. I started looking at things from my research for the Edwardian period, which is when it takes place, and found something that they did a lot outside called treillage. It's a French term, but it's done in England in the Edwardian period, and it has to do with trellis work that looks like architecture. And if I can show you this, there's a false proscenium that goes around the stage that has windows that light up, and you can change colors in them. We have LED lights that will change colors from scene to scene and match a color palette. And then there's a screen that goes across the back that opens up the whole background to a very smooth projection of color, and even clouds and things like that if we want to. All of this kind of creates an environment for each scene that might be unique from scene to scene to scene. And then inside it, instead of having complete walls and that sort of thing, there are a series of portals that have arches and columns and metalwork overhead, sort of loosely based on what you would find at Covent Garden. Our world's pretty complex these days, and I think Eliza and Higgins find themselves confused a little bit about where they stand and how they stand with each other. And it's just not your humdrum love story, and it's not your humdrum exploitation of someone. It's a very complex relationship that's given to us in the guise of comedy and beautiful music. So I think that you want to see the traditions that have been established in our country and in the American musical theater, but you get to see it done in a kind of a contemporary way with characters that seem to have a new life added to them. I think it's well worth the trip to the Playhouse to see it.